Hello, time travelers, and welcome new time travelers. As always, if you're new to this channel and enjoy learning about history, one event at a time, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Without further ado, let's get into today's events. Today we're going to start out in 1295 when Muhammad Ghazan, the most prominent of the Il Khans, Mongol dynasty to rule Iran, was formally enthroned. In 1793, Stephen Austin, founder of the principal settlements of the English-speaking people in Texas in the 1820s, when the territory was still part of Mexico, was born. In 1793, French social reformer and feminist Alme de Gouges, who challenged conventional views on a number of matters, especially the role of women as citizens, was executed by guillotine. Now, moving on to 1903, when there was two events. The first one was American photographer Walker Evans, whose best-known images show quotidian American life during the second quarter of the 20th century, was born. And the second one is influenced by Philip Jean Burel-Varnell, a U.S. interest, a revolutionary Granada proclaims Panamanian independence from Colombia. 1916 is when playwright Eugene O'Neill made his New York City debut with one-act play called Bound East for Cardiff. On this day in 1949, British editor Anne Wilter, who, as a longtime editor of American Vogue, became one of the most powerful figures in fashion, was born. 7 years later, in 1956, the film Wizard of Oz, that I guess had its premiere in 1939 or was published in 1939, aired on television for the first time and was seen by an estimate of 45 million viewers. It repeated airing on TV, helped make the movie an enduring classic. That actually is one of my favorite movies. The following year, in 1957, the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 2, which carried the dog Laika, the first living creature to be shot into space and orbit Earth. In 1978, Dominica achieved full independence with Patrick Rowland John as its first prime minister. 8 years before the turn of the century, in 1992, Democratic politician Carol Moseley Braun became the first African-American woman elected to a U.S. Senate. Announced on this day in 1998, the discovery in the Halano Autonomous region of Nexking of a previously known 15.5 mile or 25 kilometers segment of the Great Wall of China which runs a total of 4,500 miles, or 7,300 kilometers. Also in 1998, American cartoonist Bob Kane, who created with Bill Finger the comic book characters Batman and Robin, died in Los Angeles. 14 years after the turn of the century, and 13 years after 9/11, One World Trade Center opened in New York City on the site of the former World Trade Center complex, which had been largely destroyed in the September 11th, 2001 attack. Our final event happened 2 years later in 2016. After trailing in the series 3-1, the Chicago Cubs defeated the Cleveland Indians to capture the franchise's first World Series title in 108 years. The extra inning game 7, which was interpreted by a rain delay, had started November 2nd, but went into early hours on November 3rd. And with that, we return to 2024 and our current history. Now let's head into the animal kingdom for our 80-second animal fact, where only 3 to 5% of mammals are monogamous. The majority of mammals are not monogamous, making humans unusual. Now let's head into the animal fact or science lab, where beavers don't actually live in dams. Technically, beavers live in a lodge that they build behind the dam within a deep pool of water. And as always, if you enjoy learning historical events from around the world, then don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. I'll see you on the next one.